Being an offensive end in football may sound like a dream come true for many aspiring athletes, but in reality, the position is one of the most demanding, physically brutal, and mentally exhausting roles on the field. While quarterbacks and running backs often receive the glory, the offensive end is left in the shadows, carrying an immense burden without the recognition that truly matches the effort. To understand why it sucks to be an offensive end, we need to dive into the sacrifices, the struggles, and the constant challenges that define this thankless position. The physical toll. Every snap is a war zone for an offensive end. They face some of the biggest, strongest, and fastest defensive linemen whose only mission is to crush them. Unlike skill positions that get to rest between plays, offensive ends endure relentless contact from the opening whistle to the final play. Their bodies are battered with every hit, and the cumulative toll leaves scars, broken bones, and chronic pain that last a lifetime. No spotlight, just scrutiny. Fans rarely cheer for an offensive end. Instead, they only notice when he fails. If a quarterback gets sacked, the blame immediately falls on the offensive line. If a run doesn't gain yards, it's assumed the line collapsed. The offensive end lives in a reality where success is invisible, but mistakes are magnified for the world to see. This psychological burden is heavy, knowing that no matter how hard you work, the spotlight almost never shines on you. The mental strain. Offensive ends aren't just about brute strength, they are required to process complex strategies in real time. They must read defensive schemes, adjust blocking assignments, and execute plays flawlessly, all within seconds. The mental pressure is enormous. One misstep could result in a turnover or even a devastating injury to a teammate. The constant need to be both physically and mentally sharp makes the position one of the toughest in sports. Injuries and sacrifices. Broken fingers, concussions, torn ligaments, these are not rare occurrences but regular occupational hazards for an offensive end. While other players may recover between plays or avoid direct contact, offensive ends face collisions at nearly every snap. They sacrifice their health and risk their careers with each game, and many live with long-term injuries that affect them long after retirement. The thankless nature of the job. Offensive ends may open up the perfect running lane or provide the pocket protection that allows a quarterback to throw a game-winning touchdown. But when the highlight reel plays on sports channels, no one mentions the offensive end's contribution. They are invisible soldiers, laboring without acknowledgement, overshadowed by the flashy skill positions who get all the love from fans and media. Constant pressure and criticism. Coaches and analysts are relentless when it comes to offensive ends. Every practice, every game, and every film review involves dissecting their movements frame by frame. Unlike a wide receiver who may drop a pass and still be celebrated for the next big catch, an offensive end's mistakes define him. Living under constant criticism makes the job mentally exhausting and emotionally draining. Short career span. The brutal demands of playing offensive end often lead to shorter careers compared to other positions. The human body simply cannot sustain the punishment forever. While a quarterback might play well into his late 30s, many offensive ends are forced into early retirement, either because of injuries or declining physical ability. The dream often ends far sooner than expected. Legacy without fame. When the careers of offensive ends are over, they rarely make headlines or Hall of Fame lists unless they were extraordinary. Their contributions fade into history, remembered only by teammates and coaches who truly understood their value. For the rest of the world, their names are often forgotten, even though their sacrifices made victories possible. Conclusion. Being an offensive end is both a blessing and a curse. It takes unmatched toughness, intelligence, and resilience to survive in that position. Yet the rewards rarely match the sacrifices. The offensive end is the unseen hero of football, carrying the weight of the game on his shoulders while the world cheers for someone else. It's a life of pain, struggle, and sacrifice that deserves far more recognition than it ever receives.